Do business credit cards hurt or help your personal credit score? So that's what we're going to take a look at in today's video. I would say in general, they can be used to help your personal credit score, but there is some nuance, and I'll tell you the story of basically how we were using cards as we started the FigCo. So before we get into our story, why don't I talk a little bit about how your credit score works? One of the biggest factors is your utilization. So the lower utilization, so let's say you have $10,000 of available credit. Ideally, you want to be using less than $1,000 so that your utilization is below 10%. And definitely try to keep it below 30. If it's above either of those thresholds, what you're going to see is your credit score will go down. Not only does this matter overall, say you have 3 cards or 5 cards or whatever, but also on a card by card basis. So let's say you had $9,000 of available credit on one and $1,000 on another card. So for 10% utilization, maybe you have that whole $1,000 on the $1,000 available credit and nothing on the other card. That's not going to look as good as having $900 on the $9,000 card, 10%, and $100 on the $1,000 available credit. So in our example, let's say I was using $1,000 a month in personal expenses on my credit card and paying it off each month, and had $10,000 available credit. But then let's say I started putting $2,000 of business expenses on my card so that I could get points and also pay it 1 month later as opposed to using cash immediately. But what happened is my utilization went from 10% to 30%. So you would then see your credit score drop because of that. So most of the time when you apply for a business card, they're going to check your personal credit report. So that may bring your credit score down by a couple of points in the short term for a few months, because of that hard pull for your credit report. But in general, you're going to see that bounce back shortly thereafter. Where you can see the big improvement though is most credit card companies for business cards don't report your utilization to the personal credit bureaus. So what happened is I have a Blue Business Plus card from Amex that gave us $2,000 of available credit. I could move that $2,000 a month from my personal card to the Amex card, and you can even go over the limit with the Amex card as long as you pay it off every month, which we were. So I could be at 100% utilization worth my business credit card and had no penalty on my personal credit. So I saw my personal credit score improve because the availability went from using 30% to using 10%, and then had everything for the business put on a business credit card. So it didn't matter if it was 100% utilization, 1% utilization, whatever, as long as you're making your payments. Because what can happen is if you're late on payments with business cards, a lot of them will report that to the personal credit bureaus. But if you're in good standing, making payments all the time, whatever the utilization is, not going to affect your personal credit. You do want to check with each of the cards that you may apply for if they, check your personal credit, if they report the utilization to the personal credit bureaus. So I'll link down below in the description to 2 different articles, one by nav.com and another by NerdWallet. They keep up-to-date stats on which credit card companies are going to report your business credit card to the personal credit bureaus. In general, most of them don't, especially if you're in good standing. If you want to learn more about credit cards, we have a whole bunch of videos to help you with that. I'll link to those videos right here. If you want to learn more about how to improve your credit score, check out the playlist below. Hope to see you in those and future videos. Bye-bye.